My name's James.
I'm Jose.
And this is Deth to Squids. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're Deth to Squids. So I was, before we were recording, we don't need to get into, I do a web comic called Crumb Bums, and a new script I said to him, the subject of hot toilets came up, meaning, so my friend Adam Sample, one of his bathrooms had hot water going into the toilet bowl. So pretty much if someone just went to the bathroom and flushed and you went in there, it would be like hot water. So the bad thing about that is every time you like sit down to use the bathroom, it feels like you just had diarrhea because it's like emanating heat like diarrhea does.
That's so weird.
I know, and I hated it. I was like, because diarrhea, I'm sorry this is what we're talking. Doing that just like makes my butt feel dirty. like my cheeks as well, because it's just like, it just like emanates badness.
No, I get where you're coming from. I've never fucking heard of a toilet with hot water.
I will tell you, I think it's because whoever made the house, they fucked up.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I think they routed some shit wrong because it was a newer home.
Okay.
So it was like, oh yeah, this just seems like, and it's in a cul-de-sac. So they're like making these houses in batches. There's probably going to be a fuck up here or two.
Probably. I mean, yeah. I don't know why I thought it was a conscious choice, though.
Yeah, it can't be.
There's no way, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
It would be cool if like you could change the set, like hey,
in the wintertime, you have it as like, you know, the hot water because you don't want to be cold when you're taking
a diarrhea.
But no, man, I can't even fathom.
Yeah, sitting down and it's hot.
No,
like
I'd get up.
Imagine sitting down on a toilet seat and the toilet seat is hot. That like at a public restroom, you're like, oh, someone was just here.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, that's weird. And then you sit down and you just have heat coming up from the toilet. Yeah. I can't do that.
And then it makes it feel like it's that hot, sticky diarrhea.
No.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Well, guys, today we're discussing, man, I'm pumped for this one, baby.
Me too.
Like, I can't articulate it. Like, this one I loved much more than the first one, which I do love. However, I can't remember like anything that happened in the movie. Like, not a lot happens, I feel like. There's not a lot of dialogue. It's kind of just action throughout.
In this one or the first one?
This one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of dialogue, but a lot of the dialogue is... I want to say this without sounding like I don't know. It really does feel like it's a video game that they took and put it into a movie.
Yeah. And that's what we need, baby.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, man. Oh, so if you got a Kingdom Hearts movie, you wouldn't want it to be just like Kingdom Hearts. You'd want Goofy played by like the man, Tom Holland.
That'd be funny.
It's not like he looks like a duck. He just is like dressed like Donald would be dressed. And then
he speaks the same.
No, I do want him talking like Donald Duck. And he cannot with that British accent of his. It's so hard.
There's no way.
No, he tries to make Donald Duck British.
There was like of the newer DuckTales, there was an episode where they did something to Donald to help fix his voice.
Okay.
And the voice actor that played him was Don Cheadle.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I like it when people do that. In Teen Titans Go, how Darkseid was just Weird Al. I think that's what it was.
I did not know that.
Weird Al plays like this like guy who's like, "Hah, rah, rah, rah." And then when he like clears his throat, they're like, whoa, you sound exactly like Weird Al. And he's like, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But what are your thoughts before we get into notes on Resident Evil, this one?
This was the first one I've ever seen when I was a kid. That was the first one I saw. And I remember loving it as a kid because like this is what really got me into watching the rest of them. And as an adult, I can say this movie is real fucking goofy, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
real fucking goofy, and I love it.
He did play Darkseid, yeah.
I
Yeah, you
would've-
should watch that
I would've
episode.
never thought about that.
You should watch that episode. It's real good.
Weird Al's Darkseid is hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And Nick Cage is Superman because he was supposed to be Superman in a Tim Burton sequel.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Man, I was gonna say this movie was better than the first one.
Yeah.
But also had a lot more unrealistic shit in this one.
Well, yeah, man, you got to just go home or go.
You gotta go big or
home.
go home, right?
Oh, I mean, the concept of the hive is very unrealistic.
It's very out there.
Yeah.
I will say it is very out there.
But we always forget that it is in the ground because it's made to look like you are above ground.
yeah.
So that sucks for us to be like, yeah, this is like super sci-fi.
True.
Yeah. Would you like me to get into
Of course,
the
of
notes?
course.
Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse Now. I was going to listen to that while typing these notes, but that dang Olivia Rodrigo is bleeding my bandwidth like an auger from Night Trap. This is the directorial debut of Alexander Witt, 2 T's, a man who has been the second unit director in some of the biggest action movies from 1985 until today. Speed, Twister, The X-Files, Gladiator! Mount up. P-Dogs of the Kangaroo, Curses to Wait. Oh, fuck
What?
you, James. P-Dogs of the Kangaroo, Curses to Pearl, a.k.a. Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the whatever the fuck, I don't remember the subtitles. You did it again, Sober James, you got me. Skyfall and Avengers and so much more.
Holy fuck.
Returning as writer, Paul W.S. Anderson isn't going to leave like he did on Mortal Kombat. What if he had stayed and there were 6 Mortal Kombat films? At what point do you think they would have been straight to video, Jose?
I don't know, man. I think
I think Mortal Kombat 3 is straight to video.
2 is
2? No, there was 2. Annihilation. But you want to know what? He is still on for Annihilation. So I don't know. It might be like the 5th one. I'm going to guess like the 5th one of the Paul W.S. Anderson Mortal Kombats would have been straight to, just because people would have started feeling out of favor for those, whereas Resident Evil was new.
Yeah. I get you. I can't see a world where they just do a Mortal Kombat franchise, like for a movie franchise.
But Paul W.S. Anderson would have been aboard.
It would have been straight to DVD right after the second. If they could have, that second one would not have debuted. Did it even debut in the theaters?
Which one?
Annihilation?
No, yeah, Annihilation was like a big movie.
Huh.
I remember asking Elaine, who was an employee of my dad's, so fucking cool. That's why I have like Sam and Max Hit the Road. Yeah,
You've told me.
But we were asking her like, hey, did you see it? Like, was it super cool? And I don't remember her reaction. It was probably like, yeah, when you see it, you'll see it.
You'll see it.
Because we were like, oh, you're so cool. You get to see, like, we were children. We were like, you get to see rated R movies whenever.
Dude, that's so awesome. Yeah, no, I remember. Same thing with the Mortal Kombat movies. I saw the second one first and then went back to watch the first one.
Okay.
I had the second one on DVD and then the first one, when I finally had internet, I pirated the first one.
Yeah, I think the first one's the better movie, but the second one's the funner one. Like, the second one is the one I would fall asleep to.
All the time.
Yeah, like it's more cozy.
That's a goofy fucking movie.
And it's, more sci-fi.
100%.
Yeah, man. Mortal Kombat, 2 thumbs up. What was I saying? Oh, yes, released September 10th, 2004. Happy birthday, mommy. The film was made for $45 million and made $129.3 million. That's why these succeeded. They never tried to make a $200 million movie. They were always going to turn a profit, even with the lambasting of poor reviews that this film got from pro critics. Robert Ebert gave this film a score of half a star out of 4, calling it, in quotes, an utterly meaningless waste of time, out of quotes, that lacked any wit or imagination and also failed to provide entertaining violence or special effects. This dude sucks. He subsequently named the film the 8th worst film of 2004, but he also put The Girl Next Door, A New York Minute, and White Chicks on that list, so he can't be taken seriously.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Ebert.
The role of LJ was originally written for Snoop Dogg, though he dropped out of production and was replaced by Mike Epps. The character was rewritten to suit Epps' personality.
Fits well, though.
I think, it would have been more of a cult film, if Snoop Dogg is also in there at this time.
Yeah.
But I think Mike Epps knocked it out of the park.
He kills it in this movie.
Yeah.
He's probably the most memorable person in this movie.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's the only one that's a real person in this, whereas everybody is you can tell that they don't really.
They're just oh no, I'm a badass and that's what I do. But he's no man, this is scary as
this
hell.
is some weird shit, guys.
And he sees those boobies and he's oh fuck,
dude. He
but
crashes
you want to know that's unrealistic. In that, you know me, I love boobies. I'm focused. I'm this is intentional. They're trying to set me up.
But they would.
Yeah.
Because it's boobies.
But no, I would. No. I'm saying I wouldn't.
I'm just messing.
Oh my God. And if I saw those dogs, it's oh, come DDT us. And I'm no, you're setting me up.
These zombies, always setting you up, James.
Oh, every place is out of no longer in business, but Burger King made too many cheeseburgers and they're giving them away. You're setting me up.
I just imagine you we gotta get out of here. 100 free burgers at Burger King. We gotta go. We can't.
We can't.
We can't go.
It's a setup.
My hungry ass. I'll take one.
Oh, they just slashed the prices to own your own camp lot at Jellystone National Park.
They're trying to get us, James.
Oh, they cut it in more than half. It's now just $149 instead of $1,490.
Yes, that is exactly in half. And
We
we will go with that.
It's 90% of it.
It's probably it.
No, yeah, because you 10, if you move that, I think it's 90%.
Half of $14.95 is $150.
No. I'm saying what I did was 90%.
But I'm calling that
Off.
half from now on.
Or it's 10% of it. Yeah. It's 90% off, 10% of it.
Okay.
I'm 10% off it, baby.
I trust the math. I don't good with math.
Valentine's outfit in the film. Oh, I did put this down. Which consisted of a tube top and miniskirt, is based off her costume from Nemesis. Anderson considered several ways to justify having the revealing costume in the storyline, such as making it her underwear outfit, though eventually decided to ignore the issue on the grounds that anyone questioning her attire, in quotes, probably shouldn't be watching a Resident Evil movie.
Oh God, that's such a good explanation.
It's you're so self-aware, sir, and that's why these movies work. No one's going in trying to make them what they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
He's no, I know what these should be.
He's like, if you're thinking about this, stop.
Yeah.
You're doing yourself a disservice. Please.
Uh-huh. All right, synopsis. Alice wakes up in the Racoon City hospital after the area has been overrun by zombies and must now make it out of the city before a nuclear bomb is dropped. Eh?
Yeah, that's it. That's the entire movie.
Pretty much. Oh, and then like there's a girl that they're trying to save.
Who cares?
Would you like reviews?
Yeah, I love reviews, actually.
Okay, this is a 1.5 star by Sam Thompson, and I'm starting with a bad one. These movies are made by literal children. 1, they are written with absurd unintelligence. 2, they are so incompetent in basic movie making. And then they just abandon the numbering system like a literal absurd unintelligence. Next is the editor. So like, yeah, they don't say 3. The editor has a frickin' fetish for cutting and over editing to the point where it stings my eyes. My guy really crashed his car for being that mesmerized by zombie titties. Would you like another?
I just keep going. I love
All
these.
right.
I love these reviews. They always get me.
Amaya, 3 stars. The Resident Evil franchise is for sexy people only. If you don't like it, then I have bad news for you. 4.5 stars.
I love Amaya.
Jade talks too much. That is their username. To whoever had the idea for that mutant robot zombie, what were you high on and where can I get some? It was gloriously stupid. This movie was actually lots of fun. Alice and Jill are the ultimate power couple, and the new location was a welcome change-up. I don't get the hate. It's hot girls killing zombies. That's a perfect premise. 4 stars from Gen 10. When Mila fucking Jovovich drives her motorcycle into a church and throws her bike into a zombie liquor and then shoots it and then fucking blows it up, you know this movie is going to be good. That was the part where I was like, holy shit. That's when I was like, we've been seeing a Resident Evil movie. Now we are seeing a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah.
Meaning like that was pretty much the games we saw up until now. This is when
we get the, Paul W.S. Anderson being himself.
the flair that man has. Rewatched by Rachel Rhodes, I'd quarantine with Jill Valentine any day or night.
Honestly,
Yeah.
she can protect me.
3.5. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot about this one.
Oh no. James, breathe, please.
Like the movies we do, like so many of the reviews are a lot of women like when they like realized they were gay.
Yeah.
Like these are the movies but we've posited like, hey, if you grew up in a household with a bunch of dudes, like these might be like what you're watching and you're like, holy shit, like no, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you might have been exposed to them. I don't know. But this one, 3.5 stars by Emily Rugburn.
Oh.
Jill Valentine, throw your pig badge in the trash so I can let you peg me with a clear conscience challenge. So I can let you peg me with a clear conscience. Fuck, Emily Rugburn, you won it. You won it. Okay.
Hands down. Oh, God.
And finally, an MLM Pod All-Star reviewer. Carlo V liked it. That's the rating.
Okay.
I used to think these movies were garbage, and maybe they are, but now I realize that my taste in movies was just too pretentious to enjoy garbage 10 years ago. Very watchable. Keep them coming.
Dude, I agree with that one, too. I used to be like a bit of a snob about movies, and I'm just like, nah, dude, if it's fun, we're going to watch it.
I used to be like, refined in my trash. Like I've always loved trash, but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like watch that. That's boring. But then I found drugs, and now I'm like, give me anything. We started watching Good Witch.
Good Witch.
Good Witch is it's a Hallmark original TV series. Mohawk Johnson, you guys check him out. He came over and he was telling us it because he saw we had Gilmore Girls. He goes, oh man, you should watch Good Witch. It's like Gilmore Girls mixed with Charmed. But what he didn't also explain is he should have also said mixed with a Hallmark production. Because yes, it is it gives the coziness and of Gilmore Girls and like the witchiness of Charmed, but it is a Hallmark production. So it feels like, and the first episode is like 90 minutes long. So like we didn't think, and there's just this scene where somber music starts playing as like, he says, hey, so-and-so, and then the family looks up and it's somber music like, oh, this is really sad what's happening. You see like the son of the household, who's maybe like 20 years old, just in a cop uniform. And he says, I joined the force. And we were like, what the fuck was that? So, and then you eventually get context that their dad / the husband of the Good Witch died in active duty, but we didn't have that context. So we were like, why is this somber? What is going on?
Jesus.
So yeah, like I'm like, give me whatever trash. Like the weirder the better.
Oh, man.
Like I don't want bad things. I want weird things. And I think Hallmark is weird.
We should have done, instead of Death to Squids, we should have done a Hallmark podcast.
I mean, what if... No. What if for December, for Christmas, we do two... We find like the most action-packed Hallmark Christmas rom-com.
I'm so down.
I watched so many of those last year. Like I was binging through them because we wrote one for Formulaic. We like dissected the formula, then wrote a full movie. And I love them so much. And I found out like David Dakota, he's done movies we've discussed, I believe. No. That's on other podcasts. Oh, no. We discussed him because I think he wrote one of the Trancers movies.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
It was,
the sixth one.
Yeah.
He pivoted into doing like Christmas rom-coms, and they are wild.
Yeah, no, I remember that weird time of the Hallmark Channel. Those shows...
Well, no, they're still doing it.
They still... Oh, no.
During Christmas time last year, they were releasing one movie a night, and then on, I think it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they would release 2 movies a night. So they did like 30 plus movies in 1 month.
That's
to lead up.
insane.
Yeah. Oh, God, I want that job. I want to write those movies.
Just apply. Just fuck it.
Oh, man.
Just do it.
I have like the outline of a script done called A Full Moon Christmas, where it's like she falls in love with someone who's a werewolf.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, so like,
but
like that's what Hallmark should be leading into, because a lot of the sex books, not erotic fiction these days, a lot of it is like people fucking like orcs and stuff, like mythical creatures.
Yeah.
So like that's what women want.
Yeah. No,
Like that's true romance, because these former teens who grew up on Twilight are now like watching damn Hallmark movies. Nicole's one of them. So like, yeah. If all of a sudden, like, requited love with a vampire.
Oh, man. I can't imagine Full Moon Christmas being a thing.
I have one, just like a standard one called A Keymaker's Christmas, because I went into the keymaker near us.
Yeah.
And it's the owner's daughter, who's probably like a little bit older than me, but it looked like she had to be somewhere. And she was just like covering. So like she looked like like the businesswoman who's back home who has to help her father keep the key making business afloat. And I was like, damn, a key maker's
I could write a fucking
Christmas.
movie like this.
Yeah. So I got to write that one.
Oh, man.
Okay. Do you want to get a note by note?
We can get some notes in. I think so. I say this all the time.
Uh-huh.
I did not write a lot of notes because a lot of the time I'm watching the movie, I'm just enjoying it with James over here. But this is the first time I've seen this in more than 10 years, I think, James.
Oh, within the last 10 years, I have watched it. Probably in like 2015-ish.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the last time I saw it was maybe before high school. And this time, I was just trying to enjoy, trying to write notes here and there as much as I can. But I wanted to enjoy it because, this was a goofy fucking movie.
Yeah, I didn't write a lot of notes either. Like, these are the note pages for a 60-minute movie Nicole and I watched yesterday.
Okay.
And then this is just for a 95-minute movie today. I have like maybe 2/3.
I have a couple, maybe a couple bullets to kind of keep me in play, keep me going when we're going through. But yeah, no, it starts kind of where we left off at the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
Alice and what you kept calling him?
Daniel from Ugly Betty.
Daniel from Ugly Betty.
Guys, watch Ugly Betty.
That's a show I haven't seen. I've seen the Spanish version, but not the actual.
Oh, not with Daniel?
I remember when it was on TV.
Yeah.
But I never actually watched the show.
Okay.
I saw the Mexican novela version of it.
Yeah.
That was fun. Anyway.
Betty Day Ugly.
Better.
That's a high level dad joke.
Sorry.
That should not have gotten you that
No,
hard.
it shouldn't, but it's so dumb. It's so funny.
That's going into Keymaker's Christmas.
The Betty Must Ugly.
It starts with them saying, "Open the hives, we'll end your lives."
What?
Yeah, they were like, because all the zombies in there were singing it. And then they're like, Jamon.
Yes, I remember the Michael Jackson cameo in this.
Yeah, because there's a werewolf that,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, maybe the werewolf in a full moon Christmas, it'll be Michael Jackson.
Just Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He says, Jamon.
Just take an AI, just crop the Thriller music video and move it over.
Yeah.
For the movie. Just Michael Jackson moonwalking the whole time.
Well, no, I'll just get this'll be easier to rotoscope out. I'll just get his motion of him moonwalking from Sega's Moonwalker. The Michael Jackson video game.
Oh, God, I forgot that was a thing.
Jamona.
Yeah, so we pick up where we left off. Umbrella Corporation wants to reopen the hive to figure out what happened, but they're dumb and everything escapes.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you kind of see it coming.
Yeah, and Umbrella is like, oh, let's get all the scientists. We're getting everyone out of here because we're just we're going to quarantine this place and just, we can do whatever we want,
It's our city.
Yeah, and I wrote down Racoon City is a libertarian utopia because it's just unchecked business doing whatever it takes to get the dollar.
Exactly.
And I'm into that,
I'm not. I'm good. You're not going to tell me I can't leave.
No, I mean into libertarianism, You got to get into it, baby. Respect my authority.
Screw you guys. I'm going out.
Oh, so then it's just the zombie apocalypse is happening.
Yeah, because these idiots wanted to open up the hive and figure out what happened there.
Which they have cameras. How about you look into those?
No.
All right. Then
remember, I
guess
think everything technically got shut down when they left, though.
Okay.
Because the Hive Queen, I think, or I forget what happened they did to her.
Yeah, we'll figure out what happens with the Red Queen in a later episode. So we see this helicopters flying above saying like, hey, what are we going to do? And then this lady runs up. Also, Jill Valentine's there. She shot Mike Epps free.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And it just immediate, but they don't explain why she knows immediately to shoot him in the head, right?
They never do. So I thought they would explain it, but I think she might have been Daniel from Ugly Betty. They might have been in the same squad or something, or may have been working the same case together, because at the beginning they hint at her being suspended for some reason.
Okay.
So I don't know if she was in charge of Daniel and sent him in there.
All right.
I forget. I got to go back and look at that, but they hint at her not being on the force technically when all of this is going down.
Okay. Oh man, Jill Valentine not on the force?
Not on the force.
Then she ain't living.
She was suspended. I don't know what she did. Can't get suspended.
So it's nighttime and this helicopter's like flying in. This guy sees a lady on the top of the building getting chased by these zombies. And he's like, get me down there. And he's like, no, everyone's saying, no, you know protocol. They're telling us not to do that. And then he says, tie me off. And I'm like, this isn't the time for heroin.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That shit made me laugh so hard. I was so focused on the movie, and then James just goes, this is no time for heroin.
Why did you... There's just no time for heroin. Why did you give me that voice?
I wasn't trying to. It's just my allergies are making me stuffy right now.
Okay. It was a good impression of someone.
I was just trying to sound like you. It just my stuffiness made me sound weird.
This is how I sound.
This is how you sound.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey, what motorized vehicle would you like to shoot so hard it explodes while you're in a church?
A lawnmower.
Oh, dang, that'd be pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It's just going,
and then you burn, it explodes.
Yeah. Mine would be a Vespa, because like I like driving a Vespa. That's cool. Or like, what one would I just like to see blow up? A Cybertruck
or a Miata.
I don't know this Miata.
I'll show you after the podcast, but it's just a small Mazda.
All right.
Just a small 2-door Mazda.
Yeah, give me a 2-door.
Jump out, shoot at it, explodes. Good night.
All right. Oh, you need something with a moonroof.
True. They probably do. They're from the 90s, I think.
Okay. So yeah, Jill Valentine and a guy and that lady, Mila Jovovich, they're in a church now, but the people are just getting eaten up.
Yeah, there was like some reporter lady too who's trying to record everything that's going on.
It was all a hoax.
It was sick prank, you know.
A sick prank this lady was playing on us.
From the start.
Oh my God. This was all special effects this entire time.
Some sick joke.
Oh, but like, yeah, she did get nucleared, but...
I mean, it was like a power plant meltdown, though. You know, you can't really...
Oh, yeah, I forgot that they don't know it got nuclear bombed.
Yeah, no, they didn't get bombed. It was just a nuclear meltdown. We're jumping way too far.
That's also real scary. Like Chernobyl, like that's scary.
Yeah, that's why they had to get everybody out.
I gotta watch that show.
It's real nasty.
Oh, it like is?
Like it not nasty, but like, I mean...
Oh, nasty.
Not that kind of nasty. But
like that's nasty, Peter.
There's no bumping uglies in that show.
Okay.
It's just, there's some nasty stuff you see because of radiation.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's sad. It's almost as sad as this timeline. You good?
Yeah, I thought of something, but I was like, no, don't
say it. No,
I have to bleep it.
Okay.
When you said they're not bumping uglies, you know, because of radiation, I was going to say, I'll go over there and be fist bumping uglies.
God damn it, Chase.
See, it's mean, but like the wordplay was there.
It's funny.
Okay. Yeah, respect my authority. Listeners.
Yeah, be nice to James, please.
And I know it's mean.
Oh, after the entire city realizes that the town has been infected, everybody's trying to make an escape for it, and there's only one exit, and that's being run by the Umbrella Corporation and the Stars group, and it was all for show. They wanted to get as little people out as possible, and the minute the first sign of infection showed up, they sealed the gates and sent everybody back to their homes.
But what if they got 100,000 people out before a first sign of infection to their gates,
It wouldn't happen.
It would have been cool, What if
Would've been cool.
1 million Racoon City individuals got out and then the first infection came?
Ooh. Well, the city will still be infected. They still have to nuke it regardless.
No, they just have to sprinkle a bunch of Lysol all over it.
Start disinfecting.
Yeah,
it.
Lysol fog. It drops down, becomes liquid.
That's just napalm.
No, but it's Lysol. Or wait, did I say Lysol?
Yeah.
What's the Purell? That's what I meant. I couldn't do Lysol. That makes my allergies flare up, even though I'm not allergic to anything a doctor says. Damn doctors.
Tell them, James.
What do they know? They
what
tell
do
me.
they know, James?
Then how come when I smell laundry detergent, my lungs seize up and I can't breathe? Huh? What's that? Huh?
Widow baby lungs?
Yeah. He did say that. He said, yeah, you don't have allergies. You just got little baby lungs.
You got little baby lungs. That's why it hurts. How old is your doctor? 5?
He's gonna be pissed if you said that. You know he's 5 3/4. You know he's 5 3/4. I knew Doc. Jose is the one who did.
I don't take no shit from no 5-year-olds, man. Even if you have a doctor's degree.
What about from a hive-year-old?
Kill me.
I loved when Mike Epps ran into someone, he sees a person pop out in front of him, and he's like, ah! And you think it's because he's like, oh, shoot, this guy popped out in front of me, but he hits it, and he goes, 5 points, motherfucker.
I think he even says GTA.
Oh, yeah, GTA.
It says GTA.
Motherfucker, and then 5 points. Which I think the points thing comes from Toxic Avenger.
Really?
About hitting someone and saying there's points, because that's a really early movie that did that. And yeah, I feel like that's the originator of it.
God, I don't think I've actually seen Toxic Avenger.
That's going to be our next movie series.
All right.
Because they are sci-fi. Literally, he becomes the Toxic Avenger from nuclear waste.
Jesus.
And
yeah.
it's very of the nuclear age. Like this.
Exactly like this.
And then they're just lobbing fireball grenades.
Oh, yeah. Fucking loved fireball grenades, man.
And they weren't doing resource management. That's what this game's all about.
Yeah, so many times people just run out of ammo. And it's kind of funny.
Yeah, when that guy puts it to his head and he's like, I can at least kill myself. And he's like, gulp. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have pulled that trigger. He did, James. But he knew. That was performative. My next note is that them getting to the graveyard scene.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, it was just gnarly.
Yeah, dude, they finally make it to they make it through the church, have to fight some lickers, and then make it to, after escaping the church, they make it to some graveyard to catch their breath, and 5 minutes of them being in the graveyard, immediately start getting attacked by the corpses that are underground,
it's weird.
Which just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't in this reality that shouldn't be happening. It's not
it's not an airborne sickness, is it?
Well, no, even if it was an airborne sickness, it wouldn't be able to infect the people 6 feet underground. But this is more so in magical positings of zombies, when it's a magical thing that happens, a curse or a spell, that the dead will rise from graves, because that's part of necromancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more like necromancy, but it's just,
it was cool as shit.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But, if you're going to a Resident Evil movie,
you're pointing this kind of stuff out,
yeah.
You shouldn't be watching the movie.
Oh, WS. And then we get Stars versus Nemesis scene.
Oh yeah, Mike Epps' character LJ finally finds some safety, and it's like it's a bunch of Stars operatives holed up in like I want to say a police station almost or something, some building.
Yeah.
And Nemesis shows up, and he just wipes the floor with them. Just gets rid of him real quickly, and walks up to LJ, realizes he's not a threat, and just walks away. It was so funny.
Yeah, if I were Nemesis, I'd say everyone's a threat. Gadeesh, gadeesh, gadeesh. I'm gonna beat you with my big fist. Gadeesh.
And then after that, Alice and Jill and the reporter get a call from the scientist who stays behind and offers them a way out of the city if they save his daughter.
And they say, we oblige, Mary J. style.
If I rule the world. I know that's not a song,
but she's in it.
She does the vocals.
Yeah. Go for it.
I don't want to give us copyright.
Yeah, you're pitch perfect, baby.
They thought I was the same person. Yeah, so they end up making the deal with the doctors because they just need to find a way out. And en route to go picking up the daughter from her school, Alice and Nemesis, they 1v1.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah, and there's this, on her way out, like the most memorable part for me was her shooting a hole in the wall underneath a garbage chute to like slide down that. And it's real stupid. Like she like breaks her finger and like while sliding down that sucked. Ugh, gross. But she goes down into like a laundry cart.
Yeah.
And she tips forward because Nemesis shot down so how did he aim down 90 degrees or maybe it wasn't 90 degrees.
It should have been, I think.
Yeah, most would be. How did he point a rocket launcher down there to go like that? But it hits the ground and it just like makes a ball of fire around her. But like the concussive force would have like went like gadeesh and like thrown her right into the wall.
Oh, yeah, right into the wall, or like the slope of it leaned away from the wall. So if she pushed her body away, the explosion would have pushed the thing over her, I think. But during that whole 1v1, I have a note.
Yeah.
And it's when Alice is like shooting at him and hitting him, and he's just not, he's just not phased. And she decides to run away, and she does this like bounding leap from way below all the way up. And she's moving fast. And you think surely, Nemesis can't jump that high, can't get here that fast. No, that motherfucker jumps and moves as fast as she does, all robotic-like. And my note is, if I ever saw something as big as Nemesis jump like that, I am dying.
Yeah.
I will kill myself. There's nothing I can do for that. There's nothing I can do for that.
You could prostrate and say, you can have me.
Nah, he already
he doesn't need nothing. Look at him.
Sees me as a threat. It's game over. I'm done. I'm going to kill myself.
Not if you're a little beta simp for him.
I don't think there's any brainwaves in there for that kind of thing, James.
Oh, no. I saw him get a little chubby once or twice during the movie.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was during the scenes where it was like really going into people.
When he was fighting Alice, or when he was fighting like the Stars
The
people?
Stars, any of them. Alice, too.
Oh, what happens after that? They go to the school. They all reconvene at the school.
Except there's one guy who was like another police Stars member. He got bit and he turned, but there is one jump scare in this movie and it got me so hard.
Got him so bad.
And I knew it was framed up to be like, yes, we're going to see like someone's head pop in there. And it could be Alice saying like, hey guys, I'm here. Or it could be like a zombie. And like I knew what was going to happen, and it still scared me so much.
That shit was so funny. Oh man.
Yeah, and they go into this school, and it's as if they couldn't have foreseen that there would be children zombies there.
Yeah, no.
You go into a school, guess what? There's probably going to be kids.
And the reporter dies so stupidly.
Because she's just like, oh, hey, I'm going into this classroom where there's kid fingerprints of blood everywhere.
There's one kid in the corner sitting by
Oh,
themselves.
yeah.
Oh, hey, it's gonna be okay. Angela, it's me. We're gonna take care of you, Angela. And the person's not even looking at her.
Yeah, then it's obviously not Angela.
Yeah, look, you got to get out of there.
Yeah, man. This movie's scary.
It's got its moments.
So we see like throughout all of this, like how they get injections. Why can't our syringes be like this? Poke me 6 circles, baby.
Jesus. It was 3.
No, I know it's like two. I think it's 6.
Huh, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to
Poke
that
me
part.
that many times, guys.
Do it.
Poke me.
Getting to the end of my notes. There was one goofy line from one of the Umbrella operatives. He saves Jill, but she has to go after the daughter of the scientist, and he's looking at her while he's got the dog in his hands because there's like these zombie dogs attacking. He looks at Jill. He goes, "Save the girl. I've got this bitch." In the funniest accent ever, and he's just holding it, like about to do it, like crack its neck. There's like 3 more dogs that come in to fuck him up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah. After shooting the dog, he says, "Stay." And I was like, wouldn't Neil have been funnier?
I thought so.
Because it's just...
Or heel,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, heel. Yeah, because like you just put it down. Like, how's it gonna like be at attentiveness? You like poked its brain real hard.
Real nice.
From one side to another using a projectile missile.
He liked the little scratchies.
Oh, yeah. Wait, at what size does it go from being like a bullet to a missile?
Oof, that's a good question. Man, that is a question that I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
I thought I did.
Like, could you make a bullet this big?
I mean, technically, yeah.
And it just goes out of a big old cannon, like, good day.
Technically, they are. Like,
Can you take a picture of me? So, for context, when we post this, this is how big the bullet that Jose thinks there can be one. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Good
possible.
day. Yeah, it probably is,
Because
human ingenuity.
we have boats, right? And those boats are massive.
Yeah.
Those guns are massive.
Yeah.
They don't always shoot missiles. They shoot a projectile.
Uh-huh.
But it's not always a missile.
Okay, then that could be a bullet. But or I guess when does a bullet become an artillery round? Because that might be classified as an artillery
yeah.
round, right?
It depends. It's how you shoot it.
Oh.
Because artillery is indirect fire.
Okay.
And when you're shooting at somebody, it's direct fire. Indirect fire is you're shooting up into the air because you're aiming at a point and you got to follow the
All
trajectory.
right. Okay. Yeah. So then then when does an artillery round become a missile?
When it's
Yeah, maybe missiles are just things that explode.
Yeah, I think it's just things that are explosive.
Like, why is it like a fire bullet and a magic missile in
D&D?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess the alliteration of magic missile, you don't want to call it magic bullet.
Yeah, that's true. Also, magic missile doesn't do that much damage. It's a free hit. It just doesn't do anything very much.
Unless they have just 1 HP left.
Hey, there you go.
And you say, uh-oh.
Magic missile. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
So, Nemesis and Jill, Alice are in another fight. Like, we're at the final fight between
Very
them.
end, yeah. They finally make it to the helicopter, and turns out it was a trap all along.
Uh-huh.
The main guy from Umbrella set it up so they can finally have a 1v1 between Alice and Nemesis, because those are his babies.
Yeah, he said their mutations make them like brother and sister. And if I were Daniel from Ugly Betty, I'd be pissed. We're brothers and sisters, but I look like pulled Laffy Taffy and you look like Mila Jovovich. Then they fight. It's pretty epic. And what I really liked was they win. Nemesis becomes on their side because the leader guy was being real mean to him.
Yeah.
And Not really, like being so nice to Mila Jovovich, which in turns means like, oh, you'll never live up to Papa's standards.
Oh yeah.
So they go on a war path. They take a bunch of people down, and then they eventually get the leader guy. They're flying away with him, and he's like, "Oh, you wouldn't kill me. It won't make anything better." And then she's like, "It's a start." And then it throws him off. And then where was I going with this? They ate the rich.
Yeah.
All these zombies started eating this man who's wealth incarnate.
He got what he deserved at the end because it was the doctor that ate him first.
Yeah, but then we see like the coming weeks that a nuclear thing happened, but then there was this video released because, the airplane went down after a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
And then only Mila Jovovich was found, meaning either the others perished or they left. So obviously this thing was released, this video was released, and the news are saying like, so maybe what we were told about just a nuclear reactor blowing up might be wrong. And then slowly, like you see through future newscasts, that it's like, actually that was found to be a hoax. Umbrella Corporation approved of this. And that like approved of it being a hoax. They're like, yeah, we didn't do that. And just like seeing how like a corporation could gaslight the media into like making people feel like they're wrong, like they did with a lady who
in Disney World or Disneyland. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, what?
This is a real one. It was like a couple. They went to Epcot. They were ordering some food, and they were like, "Hey, we see that there's dairy in this. My partner has an extreme dairy allergy, so much so that they can die. So please, like we don't want this. We want something else. That one doesn't have dairy, correct? Yeah, that one, no dairy whatsoever. Person eats it, dies. Disney essentially says, you signed a terms and agreement for one of our, I think it was for the Disney Plus for something a couple years back, which means that we're not liable if anything happens on the property of Disney.
Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Now they're also trying to do the same. There was like something that happened with Uber. A couple got in an accident, and their, Uber driver, Uber doesn't want to, they're suing Uber, obviously, and Uber's like, well, no, because in 2019, you signed the terms and agreements for this and said that if, an accident happened, we are not liable. That terms and agreements was for Uber Eats, not for Uber itself.
Oh, wow.
So now there's like this whole back and forth. So
yeah, I was going to say the McDonald's coffee thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like
too.
that was literally them gaslighting and trying to spin it with the media that like, this is a lady who just like can't keep a control of her hands, and this is all on her, and she's like a bumbling fool, and like making it funny, like, that this happened. The coffee's so hot. And it's like, yeah, no, it was too hot. Like
she got third-degree burns.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
It boiled her skin.
Yeah, because it was so, like, they would just boil it so fucking hot so it would stay hot throughout the day.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Oh, man. You're a gaslighter.
Oh, there's so many slow-mo shots in the final couple scenes, and it's so goofy. I love it.
But then Alice wakes up in a science factory, and a laboratory, I should say, and she's in a tube, and she's just like straight up naked, and it like took me a while to clock that we were just like seeing her nude. I was like, wait, what? This is wild. But the water gets sucked out of this tube she's in, and then she's like waking up, and she can barely speak, and like this guy like goes up to like put his hand on her head, and she kind of just like bats it away, and she's like,
Look, get your hands up.
Don't touch me.
That whole time, James was like, are we going to get another amnesia moment? Are we going to get another amnesia moment?
Yeah, I was like, she better not have, because she got like hit in the head. I was like, she better not have amnesia again. And thank God they don't. Like, she just like ends up beating them down after like the memories unlock, which real quick starts beating them down while still having one hand wrapped around a towel at the top of like her chest. So she's like, oh yeah, I won't be you. You got one little scene with me nude, but you will not get a drawn. I'm not doing this
Not
nude.
doing it again. No.
And yeah, it was gnarly. She's still able to kick ass while still being modest.
She's kicking ass, escapes, and Jill, our buddy from the Umbrella Corporation, the operative, and LJ, all show up to pick her up in Umbrella gear.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
But we think it's that they like were pretending to be that, but it's like, no, the guy's gonna let you go.
Yeah, he straight up just like, let them free.
And that's because her eye got wonky. Program Alice has been injected. Yeah, and I think like she might go evil a little bit. And
we'll see, James.
Yeah, because I know I've seen the next one, I believe.
I've seen the next 3.
Okay. I've seen like some, at least 2.
I haven't seen the last one yet. That's the only one I haven't seen.
Okay. Well, guess what? You'll be seeing them, baby.
Hey, I got to finish the franchise, so.
Yeah, guys, and let us know on, like, at Marshland Monster on TikTok and Facebook, as well as at MSS Pod on Twitter. Let me know if you guys want us to do like 2 Christmas movies in the month of December. Yeah, because I think it'd be fun.
You don't even have to tell us. We'll just say, oh, we think you guys want it, so we'll do it.
Yeah, guys. We'll find the most action-packed ones, but do you have anything to plug?
I don't actually, other than what you're about to plug, because I'm pretty sure our listeners have listened to MSS, but if you haven't, just go listen to it, please. Mostly Speaking, is an awesome podcast.
And Jose's been on the show like 13 times.
A lot.
You can find a Jose episode and dive in.
There's so many.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
It's like 5% of the shows kind of are you. I think maybe.
There was a long period of time where I didn't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So every time you guys needed a podcast host, hey, I'm free.
Yeah. Jose's there. It's you and Sean are pretty high up. Melzer is too. And then we did it on our like 200th episode or something of like we did the ratio of like like we got like figured out who was number 1. I think it was you.
Hell yeah.
I'm not positive.
It's
Someone
not about
will correct
quality,
me.
it's about quantity, okay?
Yeah, guy, but they were all quality.
They're all quality.
'Cause wasn't Middle Finger Your Dad
That's
yours?
the first one.
Yeah.
That is
Guys,
the
go
first
back and
one.
listen to Middle Finger Your Dad.
Oh,
You gotta just middle finger him, you know?
Middle finger your dad. It's me and Robbie on that one too. Yeah.
It's a good one, guys. Jose's a little boy.
A little baby on that one.
But, guys, head over to patreon.com/MLM where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. I believe this Friday is hopefully Lil Corey and I discussing we're going to go see it in the movie theater, go home and start talking about it. Terrifier 3 for This Existed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. But $10 patrons get monthly exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon and get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. Let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Barrier of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF, now former roommate Shane, twitch.tv/Corwinning. It's Corwin. And Corwin's going to Muskegon with Nicole to like go to like a family event because like or like a Halloween part, like a huge Halloween party, but like I can't get those days off. So like she's like, well, now I want to go. And then she's like, hey, Corwin, would you want to do this? Corwin's like, yeah. And now she's like, oh no, now I got to like plan everything. Shit. Oh no. So I'm very excited to hear, like, he's going to meet Nicole's family.
Hell yeah, dude.
So twitch.tv/Corwinning. It's Corwin from the Rom Complex, as well as Formulaica podcast and script writing. It's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. And Finally, from the Speed Radio podcast, a podcast all about Sonic the Hedgehog, which I was a guest on a couple weeks ago discussing the Tales 30th anniversary comic book that IDW put out a couple years ago. It's Zinny D, aka Tay.
Hey.
And I've been James.
I'm Jose.
And we've been Deth to Squids.
Bye,
Bye.
Love you.
Oh, yeah.